Okay, so your company uses its logo in every part of its business. The smallest version used on letterheads has a perimeter of 9 and an area of 5 centimeters squared. The largest version used on the delivery vans has a perimeter of 2.7 meters. Painting the logo on the delivery vans costs £200 per meter squared. How much will it cost to paint one logo on the side of the van? So we're comparing here two logos, the smaller one, okay, and then the larger one, but notice here they're similar. Okay, so I think a little sketch will help here, a little diagram, just to imagine, just to see what's going on here. Okay, so with regards to the logo, maybe it's in the shape of a rectangle, doesn't matter really. Okay, so when I do my sketch, I'm going to draw them the same size roughly, doesn't matter. Okay, but this one here, for the small one, okay, so if you look at the small one to start with, it says that it's got a perimeter of 9. So the perimeter is the distance around it. So perimeter distance all the way around this small logo is 9 centimeters. And it says its area 5 centimeters squared. What's this area there? I'll write it inside. And then for the larger one, okay, it says its perimeter is 2.7 meters. Okay, now 2.7 meters, it'd probably be easier if I change this to centimeters so we're consistent, right? Because you've got this perimeter here in centimeters, the area there in centimeters squared. So maybe it'd be best to change this into centimeters, so 270 centimeters, yeah, because 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So it's 270 there, times that by 100. And the area, well, we don't know, don't we? It doesn't say. Okay, it doesn't say, but they're similar. So they're similar. What we can do is get a scale factor. And in terms of scale factor here, they're giving us the perimeter of both. The perimeter is a form of length, isn't it, if you think about it? Because perimeter is the length added up all the way around. And it's the same if we add the length and the width. Ultimately, we get a length, okay? So the scale factor for the length, okay, would be, comparing these two, these correspond here, the perimeters, so be 270 over 9, okay, or the other way around, isn't it? It depends which way you want to go. 9 over 270, okay. Now if you think about it, we want to work out the area of the large shape, okay, so we're going from small to large. We want to make this bigger, don't we, when we work up the large? We want to scale this up. So if we want to make it bigger, we've got to choose the bigger fraction. So the bigger fraction is going to be this here. And of course 270 over 9 then will become 30. So we can say our length scale factor, I'll call it L, is 30. But that's our length scale factor. Be careful, because when we scale this up, we want to scale up the area. So to get the area scale factor then, of course, because we know the length scale factor is 30, the area scale factor would be 30 squared. You square the length scale factor, and 30 squared, I've written it down there, is 900, isn't it? I mean, if you don't know why, I can put in a bracket there. 30 squared is 30 times 30, isn't it? That's what 30 squared means. And when you times 30 by itself, 3 times 3 is 9, and add the 2 zeros on. So the area scale factor is actually 900. So then, to go from small to large, you can say the area of large will equal the small area times by this area scale factor, which is 900, and you get 4,000. 5 times 9 is 45, 4,500 then, because 5 times 9 is 45, add the 2 zeros on. Now this answer is in centimeters squared. So we know now the area of the large version. We've got a problem now, because it says here painting the logo on the delivery van costs £200 per meter squared. Units are different, okay, and that is a bit of a problem. Okay, that is a problem, and it's not so straightforward. Okay, the area of the large version we've got is 4,500, but that's centimeters squared. Ideally, we'd have this in meters squared, so we could work out then how many 200s it would cost, or so on, right? But we just can't do that here. It's really complicated to change the units, but we're going to have to do that, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's not straightforward, but then when I show you the method, you see how easy it actually is. what I'll actually do is, because I've been working in centimetre squared here, I'll leave that as it is, but I'm going to change this here. It's much easier to change metre squared into centimetre squared. Much easier to use smaller units. Metre squared. Well, let's think about it. It costs £200 for metre squared. So let's draw a shape again, because I like to draw shapes to see how this works. And I'm going to draw a square actually. Okay. And I'm going to put £200 in here. Now, it would cost £200 to paint this. So that means £200 per metre squared. This would be a metre squared. So that would be 1 metre along the length and 1 metre along the height there. Okay, so when you times the length and the height here, 1 times 1 is 1 metre squared. Then that's what it would cost them to paint this, £200, 1 metre squared. But I want to change 1 metre squared into centimetre squared. Okay, so let's see what it would be. Well, if you think of 1 metre, you can write that as 100 centimetres, because there's 100 centimetres in a metre. Same here, 1 metre there is 100 centimetres. Now if I was to work out this area, but not in metres squared, do it in centimetres squared, it would be 100 times 100, wouldn't it? And if you work that out, 100 times 100, well, 1 times 1 is 1, and there's 4 zeros. So actually, 1 metre squared is 10,000 centimetre squared. Okay, so in other words, we can say, can't we, it costs £200. Remember I said £200 per metre squared? Well, instead of saying metre squared, we can say per 10,000 centimetre squared. Okay, got too many zeros there. 10,000 centimetres squared. So it costs £200 for 10,000 centimetres squared. Now let's look at the area of our large logger. It's actually less, isn't it? It's actually less than 10,000 centimetres squared. So actually this, for this particular question now, we're going to be paying less than £200, aren't we? Okay, it's only going to be a fraction of it. And actually less than half, isn't it? Because it's 4,500 we want to paint. It costs 10,000 for 200. So we just got to work out how much that is. It's a fraction of it. So 4,500 out of 10,000, that would be our fraction, wouldn't it? So that's a fraction of £200. So working this out, you can cancel that 0 there and that 0 with these two zeros. So you end up having 45 over 100 of is times 200. And then we can simplify this down. 100 goes into bottom once, 100 goes into 200 twice. So you get 45 times 2 divided by 1, £90.